Hey guys, hope you're all doing well. In this video we're going to be talking about yield nodes. Now nothing has really happened with yield nodes since the last update I did back in November, but I've been getting loads and loads of queries and questions from people asking me what's happening or what I think's happening, what I think they should do with their yield nodes balance. Should they claim the NFT? Is the NFT worth it? Is this a scam? Are they going to get the money back? Will yield nodes pro ever surface, and will it start being as profitable and as successful as the original yield nodes will be? So I'm hoping to kind of cover a few of those things, but really this is more of a public appeal, if you like, to try and get some more assistance with the investigation into yield nodes. Now many of you may have seen Coffeezilla. Coffeezilla is a internet detective who looks into scams, rug pulls, all sorts of crypto mishaps and misdemeanors, and this is the perfect project for him, I believe, to cast his little magnifying glass on. Now my channel is not a very big channel. I've got nearly 10,000 subscribers and my videos are not reaching that many people. So in order for this message to kind of reach Coffeezilla, I am going to need some kind of help from you guys to kind of share the video, you know, tag him in Twitter, tag him in YouTube if you can, or comment on some of his videos and try and get his eyes on this video and on yield nodes as a project that he may or may not be interested in. I think it would be something that he would be really interested in, and I think it's something that he could really get to the bottom of. Now we have got Yield Nodes Legal. If you don't know who Yield Nodes Legal are, it's a group of individuals and they are looking to create a class action maybe against yield nodes, or at least investigate further into what's actually happened with yield nodes and help some of you guys get your money back. So if you've not registered your interest in yield nodes, you can do so by going to their website. I'll leave the link down below. It doesn't seem that much is really happening with Yield Nodes Legal, but trust me, they are still working on things and they will be making a public announcement very soon, I believe. So, you know, make sure you get on their website, register your interest if you can, and also join, I think there's a Facebook group where one of the coordinators of Yield Nodes Legal is on. I'll leave a link to that group down below as well. So with regards the updates from yield nodes, they put out an email a couple of weeks ago, start of December I think, which I'll just get up on my phone here. And basically this email, which was the first Advent update back on the 3rd of December, basically said, as we approach the end of the year, we're pleased to share several significant updates with our community. For December, we've planned the release of 3 comprehensive newsletters. So basically this newsletter is just to say we're going to be putting out more newsletters. The rest of the email pretty much just talks about the NFT, claiming the NFT. It's a final call for yield nodes NFTs. If you don't claim it now, then all NFTs will be burnt. You know, this final call for NFTs has been going on for months and months now. They keep pushing that deadline back and back. And the reason is pure and simple. They just want more people to claim that NFT. And the more people that claim the NFT, the less liability they have to more and more yield nodes users. And it is of my opinion and many other people that the reason that they want you to transfer your balance from yield nodes to the NFT is just to diminish their liability to you. Once you've transferred your balance to that NFT, you've kind of effectively just bought a digital certificate with a balance printed on it, and it is worthless. Trust me, it will be worthless. And like I say, it's of many people's opinions that that is all they're trying to do. They're just trying to get rid of any liability to you. If you've got a balance in yield nodes and you claim that NFT, then they no longer have any liability to you. You've kind of accepted that your money is gone. Now they have spoken about they will potentially buy that NFT back from you for 100% or 120% of the value once Yield Nodes Pro launches, but What's happening with Yield Nodes Pro? Nothing. You know, we've not heard anything about Yield Nodes Pro for months. One of the main people behind Yield Nodes, has disappeared. Uwe, I don't really know what happened with him, if he was involved in the first place, but he's not on the scene. Steve, well, don't really hear much from Steve other than from these emails. The Discord server is pretty quiet, nothing much going on there. You know, there's no talk at all of Yield Nodes Pro and all these real world assets that they were buying into. This email then goes on to talk about Dyson and what's going on with Dyson. It goes on to talk about the price of Sapphire, their token that was used to masternode your deposits, and that's where the profits were allegedly coming from. They talk about the price of Sapphire going up. It might be going up, but in the grand scheme of things, it's still miles away from what it was originally worth, you know, a year or so ago. It's just smoke and mirrors, that, so ignore that. That's kind of it for the first Advent update. The second one, which was on Sunday the 10th of December, again, is all about the NFT, and it does say non-claimed NFTs are permanently destroyed. That's highlighted in yellow. Talks about the top 10 performing Polygon collections on Magic Eden, so the top 10 NFTs that are selling, Yield Nodes being the second. But you know, all these NFTs that are being sold on Magic Eden are being sold for a fraction of the value, or should I say the balance that people held in Yield Nodes. So you know, if you want to trade your NFT on the hope that you can sell it, then by all means you do that, but you know, you are going to get 10% at most if anybody wants to buy it. These people who are buying them, they must be very, very optimistic people. Then we talk about buy rate exchange, KYC systems, Dyson, the price of Sapphire again. Not really much at all. There's no real announcements, no real mention of Yield Nodes Pro or anything there. So that's pretty much a waste of time. Looking at the subreddit for Yield Nodes, I mean, there's just so much going on. Liam Dyson, who was the presenter and producer of Crypto Yields UK, he used to put out videos regularly, once a month or maybe more, oftentimes interviewing Steve from Yield Nodes. And they talked about the future of Yield Nodes, and Liam was all very optimistic and you know, positive about Yield Nodes and what's to come. You know, he had this good relationship with Steve, and they talked about, you know, how big this thing is going to be, basically. And that went on for months and months and months, and now all of a sudden Liam's channel has just disappeared. So there's no trace of Liam's channel, there's no trace of Liam. From what I can gather, from what I've read on the subreddit, Liam was getting a lot of threats and harassment from people, which, you know, personally I don't agree with. I don't think that should be the case, especially when those threats are aimed at his family as well. That's just not on. But yeah, he's decided to kind of withdraw his presence from Yield Nodes. Don't know why. I think there was an announcement or a comment in the Discord server that talked about that, but that's concerning, that the one person who was on Yield Node's side and promoted all the upcoming announcements and things like that has kind of disappeared now. So is that one more final step to Yield Nodes disappearing completely? Who knows? Reading through the subreddit here, there's all sorts of comments and posts. None of them are really positive. All of them kind of say the same thing. All of them talk about Yield Nodes being a scam and a rug pull, and we're getting closer and closer to that rug pull, you know, finally happening. They talk about the announcements that are few and far between, and when they are here, they're meaningless really. It's all about the NFT. Again, the posts are all about the NFTs. So not really a lot going on. Like I say, we need to try and get more people involved in this. If we could get Coffeezilla onto this topic of Yield Nodes, that would just be a dream come true. And like I say, I'm not a big enough channel to kind of get his attention. I have messaged him before, but you know, he's either read it and ignored it, or he's not even read it. He probably gets tons and tons of messages every single day. So, but if some of you guys, you know, can help to kind of push this message towards Coffeezilla, that would be fantastic, because somebody like him investigating into this is, you know, it's what we need really. And like I say, Yield Nodes Legal are doing all that they can. You know, don't think that they're not doing anything, because they are. So make sure you kind of get in contact with them, whichever way you choose. There was a video that I watched recently. I've not seen it before, and I don't know why I've not seen it, because I have been following Yield Nodes Legal for a while. I'm talking to some of the people there, but there was a video that I watched just the other day about Yield Nodes being a Ponzi, and they had evidence to support that. Now I'll leave a link to that video down below, and it's a really interesting video. It does demonstrate how people's depositing into Yield Nodes, if somebody deposited 50, 60k, I can't remember the exact figure, around about 60k, somebody deposited it into Yield Nodes, and then within a day that money had been distributed to other Yield Nodes users as profits, which is, you know, the ultimate definition of a Ponzi scheme. Deposits paying out other investors. I'll leave that link down below to watch that video. So you guys who are a little bit dubious, a little bit unsure about, you know, whether Yield Nodes was legit or not, check out that video and then make up your own mind. But that's about it for this video, guys. Like I say, nothing's really happened with regards announcements from Yield Nodes. It's all about the NFT. Liam has disappeared. Yield Nodes Legal are still working on things. But if we can get this message to Coffeezilla, that would be the ultimate dream, because this, I believe, is something that he would definitely be interested in. And, you know, I'd be happy to speak to him. There's people who probably know more about how things have worked and how, you know, how corrupt this whole thing really does seem. And I'm sure I could put Coffeezilla in touch with those people as well. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you found it useful. If you've got any comments, questions, feedback, leave them down below, or even better, come and join my Discord server. We've got a little group there of people who talk about Yield Nodes. Ask any questions you want there. There's also people from Yield Nodes Legal, and there's also a person from Yield Nodes or Disim in that group as well. So, you know, you can get answers from both sides. It's not all one-sided. Thanks for watching. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you again really soon.